Damn, this Copperhead is out of this freaking world. Forget about it. Well, hey folks, it's Bishopheals, baby, from ECF Forums and host on Vape TV. I'm actually here today because we got to talk about a mod here, a particular PV mod, okay? And it is the Grandmaster Templar. Forget about it. This little baby right here. We got to talk about this mod, okay? I got this from Facebook through a friend of mine from one of the listings, and I believe he only made 35 brass editions, and this is the Templar Mason mod, that's for sure. It's a mechanical PV, but let me focus it up for you so you can see it up close. Now, by looking at it, it is a beautiful looking mod. Now this is Grandmaster 18, serial number 18, okay? Now this right here comes with a stealth cap, okay? Comes with all the tubes that you see here for 18350, 490, 650, and for kick mode. Forget about it. This little thingy right here has an emblem down over here for the Templar seal, baby. It is hot. It is looking nice, that's for sure. It is a nice looking mod, that's for sure. I ain't knocking it with the way it looks. But how does it perform? Oh boy, here we go. Forget about it. So, I gotta tell you. First, let me take it apart so I can go over all the little features. Okay, so we have here the mod. Now, let me zoom this in so you can actually take a better look at this. Okay? Now, this mod has a locking ring. Okay? Now, however, the throw action, I have to admit, I have to say that this switch was already modified. Yes, it was extremely modified due to the fact because it was locking all the time. Okay, totally locking. But I'm gonna go over how you can fix that. Okay, so I'm gonna deassemble this switch, which looks very similar to a switch from the Chi-Yu, except it doesn't have this Delrin insulator over here. That's one of the differences. Second, the screw, you would unscrew this. Very easy to clean. You can just thumb screw it, just like so. And this is the screw. Now, what I'm actually going to do is gently remove this, okay? Now, I've already replaced the spring. The spring that came with it, I wasn't too pleased with it, with the performance of it. So, I put in a Paps spring. This is a Paps spring. I'll leave you a link in descriptions where you can actually purchase this. This is a must. I would advise getting this. And you may be wondering to yourself, well, if I bought the mod, why do I have to buy something to make it even better? Well, believe me when I tell you, if you own this mod, you want to get this spring, okay? Forget about it, okay? It will perform a whole lot better, that's for sure. Now, Dino, however, provided me with a better spring, which worked great. But I wanted to get a new one, so I actually bought a new one, and it arrived today, okay? Which I have to thank the folks that was able to help me out with that. Now, second, this is the locking ring, okay? This right here is the locking ring. Let me zoom that in, focus it up for you. This right here, okay? Now, I want to show you something, okay? This locking ring should have been a little bit larger in size. Look at the inside. You see the scruff marks? Do you see that? That's because of this. Okay, constantly wedging on the sides when you were trying to press it on the sides. In the dead center it would go in, but it would sometimes get stuck. On the sides as you press it, or anyone that has a Templar mod, if they press it on the sides, they're going to notice that it gets stuck. And it's not fluent, okay? It should be flush. It should be exactly flush. This is without the spring. If you were to try to do this on your mod without this modification, it'll be stuck. So what I had to do was, I had to ask my friend Dino to do me the favor, to do me the solid, put this on a lathe, he put it on the lathe, and I'm going to zoom it up a little close so you can see the difference. If you compare yours to mine, you'll be able to see it night and day of a difference. Do you see what I'm about to show you? Do you see how all this has been removed? It was a layer of metal that was already removed and cut and sliced and also overly shaped. Now, pretty much, being that this was completely flat, it was completely flat and pointy, okay? It was rubbing up against the sides of here, inside here, which you're gonna see. There's the scruff marks. You see that? There's one. There's the other. See that? Because of the size problem. Okay, it was a manufacturing problem. Okay, I doubt it very much. I'm the only one with this issue. Okay, now I have the brass edition. Okay, once Dino, he said to me, I would love to put this locking switch on the Lathe, but it's going to get marks and dents on the sides, and that wouldn't be kosher. But really, the ideal thing is to drill this portion out a little bit more, and also sand down the edges, completely the edges. The edges of this was too sharp, and it just kept on grabbing the walls. Okay, which wasn't ideal. It wasn't good. This is something that a GQ thing should have been done on all the mods. But however, mine, if there was a GQ, mine was slipped. So in order to rectify the issue, Dino had to shave a piece of this metal off of a lathe machine. So if you don't have a lathe machine, I would say contact a modder and see if they can do this for you. Or if not, you can contact Dino and maybe he'll be able to help you out. No promises. There's nothing I can say about that. He did do this as a personal favor of mine, which came out completely nice. And if you look at it, see, it's not pointy. This whole area right here is not pointy. Okay, it's like an oval shape. Okay, which smoothed it out. And now I'm going to remove the locking ring. Okay, this is what it looks. Now you can get a better view of the inside. You see the scuff marks now a little clearer? You see those shades right there? That was the before, because it kept on rubbing up against it, and that's what was causing it to lock. Okay, and this whole thing was cleaned. This whole thing was cleaned, as you can see, and it was getting locked. Now, however, this will go in here. Now there's some room, and it doesn't wiggle, but as you can see, okay, so it doesn't wiggle now, but it goes in and out. It's a shame that the walls, you know, it should have been measured a little bit better, but it's okay, you know, it's totally fixable. Okay, so that's one. That is the switch. Let me put the switch together. Put in the Paps spring. This is a brand new Paps spring. Very nice. You hold the pieces together. You get the screw. Screw it in. And again, I have to thank Dino for this because I really couldn't use the mod. It was just unusable. It kept on getting stuck. Totally stuck. And now, try to do this with the one at home. Being that if you have a Templar, let me zoom this in for you. But if you have a Templar at home, you are able just center it, and you can see the flush, how easy it is right now. And also from the sides, I can just keep turning this. See? No problem. Okay, I can keep turning. No problem. Before it was like when you were pressing down on it even fast or hard, it will lock up. And as you can see right now, see, it doesn't lock up at all. Look at that. Look at that. So all you guys out there with Templar mods, and you'll probably say, what the fuck, why can't I do that shit? Well, you're going to have to talk to the modder. Forget about it. Now, I am not attacking the modder. I am just attacking the actual product. But as you can see, mine is fixed. Okay? So I don't have that problem. Okay? So that's one thing to be wary of if you actually get this device. Now, I don't know on the next batch if he will rectify this or what is his plans to do for the consumers. But this is something that I've already experienced, and a couple of my friends that have the stainless steel version has an issue with the throw. Okay, it's not smooth in any way. But on this one, as you can see, after Dino shaved off that metal and made it smooth, look, it falls in perfectly, no problems whatsoever. So that's good. Okay, so let's take a look at the rest of the tubing. Now, the threads on here, I gotta tell you, the threads are nice, are really nice. When I actually, I'm able to lock this, and it doesn't rattle. Okay. Also, if you look at the threading, he did a good job. My opinion on it, he did an excellent job on these threads. You see that? They look like triangles. Okay? Which is perfect, so that way you will lose the less amount of resistance on the low drop. Okay, so this is very, very good quality work right here. Okay, on these threads, I gotta tell you. The other thing is, it came a little dirty. I did polish. I'm gonna show you. I did polish the 18650 tubing. There we go. I don't know if you can notice the difference. See, this part I didn't polish, this area right here, just to give you an example. But everything from here to here, I already polished. There we go. You can see some grime over here now. See that? Like stains. But that's easily removed through polishing. Okay? Using mother's billet and a little bit of wax. Okay? Of Carinubia wax is what I use with microfiber towels. Okay? So, tubing, I have to say, really good. Really nice. Very nice. Now, let's take a look at the stealth cap. Okay. Okay. This stealth cap, if you look at it, okay, it kind of resembles something, yes? Yeah, it resembles very close to a Chiyu cap. Okay? Pretty much very similar in the configuration. Which I have to give it to the guy. It's a real nice add-on. And we're all familiar how to use this, okay? You would actually put in the addy. You were putting in addy. See, there's a little gap, but that's okay, because then what you would do is you would just loosen this. Okay, the first contact, this one, not the smaller one, the big one. Okay, and then you can just continue screwing in the addy until it's flush. There we go. It's flush. Okay, then you can tighten the 510 pin with that, and then this second contact is to reach to the battery. Okay, so you would unfasten that a little bit, like so, but not too much, because you see this, it wobbles. You see that? It wobbles. Okay, this should have been a little bit more sturdier, and it still can unscrew, but look, it wobbles. Okay, that should have been more solid. Okay, more of a solid, I would say, contact, that's for sure. There we go. I unscrew it some more, and it still wobbles. I mean, it's on. Like, I can't, you know, yank it out. Okay, it's on, but it wobbles. Okay. Now, this brings me a concern, because I would like this to be more secure. Okay. Now, it should have used some better threading on this device, and you wouldn't go through this problem right now of wobbling. Okay. if I would show you the Chiyu, there's the Chiyu extended, and it doesn't wobble. Okay, it doesn't wobble. You see the height of that? Doesn't wobble. So that's something I would say in consideration. He should look into. But other than that, it looks beautiful. It's a beautiful looking device. You know, by fixing the switch, now the locking ring works ideally well. You can have the screw tightened down tight, no problems. It'll be a nice throw. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an 18650 in here. Optronics, forget about it, okay? I'm actually experimenting, testing currently this, the new 22 amps SX22, which I'll be doing a review on shortly, okay? But this is for high drain, ultra 22 amps. The engineer contacted me, and he said this is going to be more ideally for vaping, much better. It's going to be a less of a low drop on the mechanical PV mods. So he sent me a few batteries to test, and I'm still testing. Okay, I am still testing. I haven't done a review because I am still currently testing these batteries. So I know a lot of people have been asking me about them, and I've told them, listen, I'm still testing them. I haven't done a video because I'm not done testing it, okay? Because I'm still putting them head to head with the PD2900s of the orbs, and to see the differences in quality, in construction, and on the low drop, especially on the low drop, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a fresh Addy on here. Okay, it's on my Nimbus, and 0.4 ohms dual coil on my Nimbus. Like I said, you put it in the cap. Okay, and what I do is I extend this so I can catch the battery. Okay, I can actually tighten it a little more because there's a small little gap I notice. There we go. Now, if you have that pin extending correctly out to hit the battery, there's no rattling of the battery. But if you put an 18650 and you leave that second pin all the way in tight, there will be a rattle. Okay, see, you hear that? No rattle. Okay, so that's one thing. So fire this on. She fires, as you can see. Okay, so let's put some juice in here. I'm gonna put, let's see. Definitely. Here we go. I'm gonna put some potion vape. I'm gonna do some potion vape, 12 milligrams, 100 VG, Organotime Caribbean Delight. Okay? Forget about it. Being this is fresh wick, I have to saturate it a little. Who wants to get a dry hit? The thing you want to make sure is that you lock the ring when you put the device down. So, this is the Templar mod. I'm going to put the link in the descriptions. As far as where to get it, it's House of Tempest. I'm going to put in the link of Facebook. And let's have a vape. Oop, I got to tighten the locking ring. Here we go. Woo! Woo! Wow. Oofa. It's a new wick. I gotta like flood the freaking thing, I tell you. Make sure the juice hits the wick. Oh, fuck. She hits good. Really good. So, that was the Tempest mod with a Nimbus at 0.4 ohms. And she is smacking good. Forget about it. So with that, I'll let you guys go. Live hard and vape hard. Forget about it.